to everyone watching. We're here at the beautiful Buda Bar in Porto Montenegro, and we're here on a special occasion. I'm delightful to have a chat today with one of the most famous wedding planners in the world, if not the most famous. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to my guest, Fabrice Orlando. Fabrice, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for saying that. But you know, I'm famous in my building only.
Okay.
That's fine.
Like I am. Okay, so this is a bit of strange situation for me because I'm always welcoming guests inside my studio. But today we're here at what seems to be your studio. Am I right?
It will be my studio in a few hours. As you can see, the team is setting up the birthday party that we're hosting tonight for an American lady, which is celebrating 50, as we said, 5.0 version,
Okay.
the best of the woman. And so, yeah, we're preparing something, and then will be my space in a few hours. For now, it's still a Buda Bar Beach.
Okay. So this is the first time you're here, first time in Montenegro. How do you like the Montenegrin coast so far?
I fall in love 7 years ago with Montenegro, but I didn't think that Montenegro was ready for hosting luxury events on the size that we're doing now.
Okay.
But obviously today I'm here, so
they are ready,
They
right?
are ready. The infrastructures are here. Everybody's welcoming us perfectly. So yeah, it's ready.
Okay. So let's talk about the event. How big is the production of the event you're doing here in Montenegro?
Well, I don't like the word big. It's just like we've been planning this for 8 months now, and with a lot of back and forward ideas that we exchange with the clients. But you have to understand, on this occasion, which is kind of very unique, and I'm blessed to have clients and friends like this, is that the birthday lady never came to Montenegro. She trusted me 100% on the destination. So basically, she never tried the food, she never tried the wine, she didn't try anything, and she didn't even see the design. So she basically just made a check to me, a blank one, and I cash it.
Okay, so can I ask what were the numbers on the check, or is that too much of a question?
It's a number with a 1 and some 0.
Some zeros. Okay, how many?
Well, you know, I'm part of the dream world, so just dream whatever you want.
Okay, guys, you dream and dream big. But so you said that the lady that
No,
is...
you don't dream big. I help you to dream bigger.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that. What do you mean by that?
It means that in every one of us, we have fantasy, we have dream. The ladies have princess dreams since you're kids. So, and so you're stuck in this dream. But our potential of magicians is bigger. So we take, and that's why I like to spend time with when it's a bride, when it's a birthday girl, I spend time,
Okay.
I analyze, and then I said, okay, this is what you want, this is what we're gonna do.
Oh. So they come to you with the big dreams, and you show them that it can be bigger than their dreams, right?
Or sometimes they have a wrong idea of their dreams.
Oh, that happens also as well?
Yeah, because they're following a lot of things on Instagram and everything, which is pictures. Sometimes it's a set done for a fashion show shooting. It's not even doable for an event. It's just like, so we help people to go in the direction that they not even imagine yet.
Oh, amazing. So tell me, you told me that the lady that is celebrating her birthday here, she never tried food, she never been here. So what are her first impressions? Did you talk to her about Montenegro?
Well, we first of all, we had an opening party last night, which was the icebreaker party, like I call it. Believe me, it was not only ice. And so they had like a first date of what Montenegro has to offer. First, it's a great hospitality. Second, it's an amazing quality of food. And to be honest, I said to Ivan, the chef of Adriatica last night, I mean, I'm traveling all around the world. I'm working with a lot of chefs all around the world. And I was amazed by Ivan's job when we did the site inspection. And it's, for me, one of the 3 most famous food tasting I've done in 20 years.
Oh, that's a very interesting fact. What also interests people who are watching this show is maybe how many local people did you employ on this project?
Well, a lot. I just brought my garde rapproché, as we say in French, my close people, like my bodyguards. We are 17.
You have 17 bodyguards.
Yeah, I have. Well, most of them are women.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so, I have 17. On the 17, it's 8 people coming that are always traveling around the world with me. The other are locals, plus, of course, all the technicians, carpenters, power guys that we are. Probably we source in Montenegro around, including everyone, waiters and everything, more than 150 person.
So you bring jobs, not only parties. Here in
Well, I don't bring the job. They help me to build the dream. I don't see it like a job, but yeah, when you start to be in the when a country start to understand that the wedding planning business or the event planning business, it's actually $1 billion business around the world. It brings a lot of job, and jobs that sometimes are like not even in people mind or young people mind, like a carpenter. We work with carpenters all the time. We work with the guy who make this kind of glass, because we design sometimes, especially the glass for the events.
Like tonight, you have designed special tables, I've heard.
Yeah, we did.
So what do you do with all of that equipment after the party is over? Do you throw it? Do you bring it with you?
No, legally, by law, we have to keep the decor for 3 years.
Oh,
that's
okay.
That's a legal matter, and I'm very bad with accounting. I'm a spender.
Yeah.
So my accountant say you cannot give this. You have to store it. If they come and check it, you have to see that it's here. So
is it like a common thing that people who are good at creating something, they're bad at accounting, financial stuff?
Because my job is about to give.
Yes.
And
to make it costs money, right?
We give a lot because I'm not sleeping basically when I'm taking a project because I have it in mind, and so yeah, and sometimes my team, and they know it, that's why I have a lot of credit card. At last minute I can say, I want to go shopping, I'm missing something on the design, let's go. So I go in a store, say hello, this, how many you have? I'm taking everything.
Yeah.
That's me.
It happens, right?
All the time.
Okay, so tell me one thing. How does someone go from producing and directing a radio show to becoming a high-end event planner?
It's the same job.
Yeah?
It's the same job. I'm a producer. For me, I'm not an event planner. I'm not a party planner. I'm not a wedding planner. I'm a producer. Basically, the ingredients are a little bit different, but the way to process is exactly the same. But it's also part of my signature because I'm coming from the radio, as you said, the music, because I'm also involved in writing some score for some music movie and everything. So a few things, and TV, movie industry. I'm in the entertainment industry for like more than 30 years now. So this all combination makes my signature today on events. So
when did you, is this what you call your life calling? What you're doing right now? Can we say it like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I woke up one day when I was 14 years old and I said to my mom, I want to buy turntables. She looked at me and said, what is that exactly?
Yeah.
So it was like,
how did you explain?
Well, I didn't explain. I just took her to the shop. I bought turntable and I start to be like the DJ in my room, speaking like if I have my own radio to my neighbors, which believe me, they were pissed off at one point because I was speaking, you will welcome, yeah, the whole time.
You were asking them every day, like.
Yeah, so, and I started like that, and then I found I didn't want to be in front. That at the beginning, I was thinking, yes, I want to be like a radio host or whatever, and then I found out it's more fun to direct.
Oh.
So that's what I'm doing now. I'm directing everything.
Okay, so do you like when the event is happening, you sit down and you have like conductor? You're like a conductor of the event.
Well, there is two sides. So basically, I'm not sitting because there is now the setup, the decor, and everything, which obviously I'm designing and I'm involved in. And this is one part, and that's the part which is dangerous. Because before the guests arrive, when you see the decor and everybody's like, wow, 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 including my team, that's the danger zone. That's what I call the danger zone.
Why?
Because the job is just starting. Nobody has seen the decor, and nobody cares about the decor. Decor, just 20 minutes, wow effect. And then what? So this is where we have to be very focused on everything. Waiters, a glass that is empty on the table, which is at one point can be dangerous, a glass that is dropped on a dance floor that people forget because they're having fun. They're having fun. We need to make sure they have fun until very late in the morning. So I'm not sitting. And I
Okay.
can also change something last minute because I'm following the guest lead, not my lead. I have sequences.
Uh-huh.
It's like I'm making like a soup. I
Mhm.
just don't know the orders of the ingredients.
Oh, so you're making an unknown soup. You never know what you're gonna get, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so is that like the exciting, good part of your job, or you consider it as a bad part of your job?
This is the part I like.
Oh, so improvising is what you like, right?
It's not improvising. I don't improvise. I just like direct.
Okay.
I mean, it's not improvising. Improvising means that I don't know what I have. I might improvise sometimes because something is happening that I have to improvise, but it's 25 years of experiences, so I know how to improvise. I hope I know.
Well, I guess you do, because we're here talking to you about how you're the best wedding planner and high-end event planner in the world.
No, I'm not the best. You know, we are like a few of us in the world that we are all friends. That's
Yeah.
very important to say. We're not in competition because sometimes we do fusion job. So I can work with, for example, my friend Kobe Y from Israel, which is a top designer. I like to work with him because it brings his creativity to my world, and that's amazing. Or my friend Bhavnesh in India, when he brings this Indian creativity, that's amazing. We're not like in competition. So I don't like to say I am, he is. No, we are all sharing different background, and when we are all sometimes working together, it gives amazing things.
Oh, okay. So your company, Cocoon Events, you're organizing basically events all over the world. So what is the craziest or most extravagant place that you have booked for an event? Can you pick one?
At first, I don't like place.
Yeah.
I like to think out of the box. So, well, here it's not really thinking out of the box, but we're preparing the country for my out of the box ideas,
Oh, okay. So
which
this is
I have.
preparation.
Yeah,
Okay.
which I have. I always start to talk with the government about some crazy ideas, but I need some special authorization.
Oh,
I think they'll follow me.
okay.
Yeah, I like to. I mean, when you're spending a lot of money, it's like creating a movie set for the night, because your friends cannot buy it the next day. That makes the difference.
Oh.
When you have the money, we create, we destroy, goodbye. It was for one moment.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
And sometimes, you know what, I'm going very far. Sometimes the people will say, you're crazy. Sometimes I would just say to people, no photographer, no videographer, no phone allowed. The people that are attending will have their memories for life in their head.
Oh, do they listen to when you have their request?
Some of them did,
Yeah.
like we did like events with zero phone allowed. But some people didn't like the things, they left. Who cares?
Okay. Yeah,
The one they stayed, believe me, they have memories for the life.
for the life. Yeah. So what would you say is the most extravagant request you've ever had for an event? Like something that you said, like, no, I can't do this. Is there something like that?
Well, I never say I can't. I only say I can't when it's illegal.
Okay.
That's for sure. That's a no. It's a no, no, no.
That's where you draw the line.
Yeah, of course. Well,
Yeah.
obviously, we had people asking for drugs or stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
okay. Goodbye. No,
Okay.
it's not. No. If it's illegal, it's a no zone. Then, you know, you have to be realistic in life, and an average events for anybody like you, me, or whatever, it's a $15,000 expense, which is already a lot of money. My world is an extravaganza world. Like when you hear like that the girls spend $250,000 for a dress for the wedding night, it's the price of an apartment.
Yes.
So I know that, and I understand that. So for me, everything is already extravaganza. There is no.
No surprises.
No, I mean, of course, I'm still surprised on on a lot of things, and but if people have the money, I'm happy that they're spending it and not keeping it in the bank for nothing. You
Yes,
know?
yes.
But I also remember that $15,000 is the average in the world So everything above is extravaganza. So
Yeah. So before we go to my second part of the show with short questions and short answers, I would like to ask you, when is your show coming out? You're preparing a television show.
yeah, it's what they call a documentary reality show. Basically,
Okay.
they followed me on around the world for almost a year, and they're cutting 6 episodes on it. It's season 1,
Oh.
which is going to be broadcast on a French channel called TMC, potentially in September or October 2023. Don't ask me the dates; I don't have them.
Okay. Of
To
course.
be honest, they followed me. I completely forgot the TV crew for.
Can you really forget about them?
I'm focused on my job.
Okay.
You know, I'm having cameraman, photographer all the time on the set, even paparazzi.
Yeah.
So
It's like an everyday for you. Yeah.
yeah, but even though the only thing is sometimes that you have like moments that's like, and I'm like sometimes I'm talking to myself,
Okay.
like I'm pissed, you know, like, wow. And then I'm like, holy shit, they here,
And they see.
and they got it,
Yeah. Of course.
and they got it.
That's the part of the job, right?
So and then I'm laughing.
And the people, I think, as well, will be laughing. Okay, so this is the part when I ask you short questions and you give me short answers. This or that questions. Are you
Okay,
ready?
shoot. Let's
Okay.
see.
What song is in your head right now?
Aerosmith.
Which one?
Um,
Crazy?
no, not crazy. Pink.
Pink. Okay, cool. So scrambled eggs or sunny side up?
Depends on the woman.
Okay. What is your most prized possession?
Prize position? My crew.
Tell us a secret.
I had 9 life like the cat.
Okay. What is the last thing that pissed you off?
Huh. Being unprofessional.
Okay. What would you be if you weren't a producer and event planner?
A belly dancer?
Belly dancer.
Well, I have a belly that I can dance easily.
And you can dance. Okay, that's amazing. And what was the last thing that made you smile?
You?
That's the right answer. Okay, so now we're going to switch to Instagram. People who are watching my show, they asked a lot of questions. I'm going to read you some of them, and you will answer them if you find them worthy of answering. So, are you ready for the Instagram part of Q&A? Okay, Nenad Lazic asks, "What is love for you?"
Love.
Yes.
That's a good question.
We're waiting for a good answer.
Well, the good answer, I'm still waiting the right one.
Okay, you haven't found the right one yet.
I'm complicated to live with, obviously. I'm not like blaming any lady that I've, including my ex-wife, but you know, it's very hard to live with a planner because I don't have a life. My life is dedicated to others. So it's at the beginning it seems fun, yeah, red carpet, glamour, luxury brand and everything. But the reality behind the scene, not sure.
Okay, so you're actually waiting for meaning of love, and you will answer this question maybe when you figure out what that is.
But for love is easy.
Mhm.
It's the person you want to live next to during the rest of your life. That's it.
Okay,
It's not like
that's
a
fair
moment
enough.
for 2 years.
That's fair enough. Okay, so Jelena Milinovic has a question. She says, "What is the average budget for the weddings in your production?"
I don't work on budget.
Okay.
I work on people. I like you.
You don't actually walk on people, but
No, when I said that, it means like I don't have an average. I interview the clients because I said that I give a lot, and obviously we give a lot. It takes a lot of time and a lot of energy. We charge a flat fee anyway, so it's very easy. And then, I mean, if we don't get along, I cannot create for you. So I will say, you know what, that was a very nice conversation, but I don't think I'm a fit for you. I'm gonna give you I'm like a doctor. I'm gonna give you 2-3 doctors, go and check with them.
Yeah.
I can't help you.
okay. So if you like the person, you do an event. If you don't like the person, there's no
And,
money you can.
if the person is honest with me and she said, I have this budget, I will tell right away, okay, realistically with this budget, we can do this.
Okay.
This is potentially what we can do. Now, if you want more with this budget, I won't be able to do it. I'm not lying. I'm not trying to.
Okay.
Because I know I value money. I started with a $5,000 in my pocket. So I value money. It's not like I'm a spender. I like to spend, but I value money.
That's important. So Yelena asks again, does it ever happen that something goes extremely wrong on the day of the wedding or any other event? And how do you cope with these situations?
Of course. You know, when you do events, you're playing against elements. Here we have the sea. Sometimes I'm in the middle of the desert and we have a storm.
Desert storm.
Oh yeah, which happens. You'll see that on the TV show.
Yeah.
Obviously. Unfortunately, we had this bad experience. You're playing against elements. Like here we are next to the sea. Sometimes I'm in the middle of the desert and suddenly you have a storm and you don't know why. It destroys everything that you've been working for a week. So I'm a leader. I have to lead and keep giving trust to my team.
Okay.
If I lose face, it's dead. So I have to say, guys, don't worry. We do this, we do that, we do that. And it's like military, they will act.
Yeah.
Nobody will try to analyze. I am.
Okay.
So I can give you an example. We had like a big event in Marrakesh.
Yeah.
And in the summertime, the setup of the first night was completely done. And we had like a storm, like a heat storm, like for 5 minutes, like everything was flying.
Oh my God.
I was on the ground because we had lanterns flying, literally flying. And I was in my head, I was like, oh my God, I have people in the air hanging chandelier. I hope they're safe. And so 5 minutes, I ran to the second night set to see if the guy were okay. God save, everybody was okay. But I didn't think 1 second of the night, that even we having 20 minutes later.
Okay.
And then I arrived, I see few things broken. I said, it's okay. And then I look, the bar, I go to the barman, I said, who told you to move the tent? He looked at me and said, Fabrice, we never moved the bar. The tent moved 10 meters because of the storm.
Oh my God.
And then I looked the tent, instead of 8 feet, the tent was holding by 2. But that's magic.
But it was holding, yeah.
It was holding. So
Yes.
I start to yell, and 50 people, everybody, people from the village, they came, and we consolidate this tent. We took out in 20 minutes all the things broken. When the guests show up, they didn't see anything.
They didn't even notice, yeah. So is there like a point where you have to cancel the event?
If it's too dangerous, yes.
Yes. It happened, right? Before?
Almost, but we no.
You always find a way to
For
make
now,
it happen.
yeah, touch wood. For now, yeah. But if it's too dangerous, I will not.
Okay. So
Open the
that's
door.
the point where you make that decision. Okay, so Yelena, third question from Yelena. What is the most extravagant wedding you did and who were the clients?
They're all extravagant. Remember, 15,000 average, above is extravagant. So they're all extravagant.
All extravagant. Okay, Boan Lubomir asks a question. Which wedding was the most complex one that you have planned so far?
Again, all of them are complex because we're not putting, I mean, you're not coming to us to put table, chairs, and flowers, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
So
Everything
when
is
you take
complex.
this, it's complex. We're working with 3D, I'm working with architect, we're working with it's a complex design. We're building something from scratch. It's like building a house in one night.
Yeah. And then taking it down.
And
Again,
yeah, but and what is important is we're not stopping on the fact that we have the event the night. We have to also think the dismantling, the garbage, how we're going to dispose all of this. We're not just like, okay, it's just like normal garbage.
Yeah.
You're going out. It's stupid, but it's like this. So everything is complex.
Okay, Diane Z asks, did you plan your own wedding?
That was like a big battle with my ex-wife. Wow.
Yes.
Yes and no. I was like obviously making the checks.
Okay.
So, and my team asked me to be stepping out. So I did a little bit, and but of course I was in the ceremony, and my eyes were like looking what all details that were. So when we finished the ceremony, I said yes. I grabbed a walkie-talkie and I started saying.
Everything that was wrong.
Which at the end, I got the walkie-talkie, so I forgot my wife, I forgot the pictures, I went on the set, started to manage the band and everything. So basically, I had no picture of my wedding.
So when you said yes, that was like the end of your The wedding and beginning of your work.
Yeah,
Right.
that was
Okay.
my mother-in-law at the time was pissed off. Say, Fabrice, do you realize we don't have picture?
Okay, so the next question is from Helen. She asks, when am I getting married, Fabrice?
Well, when is she proposing?
That's a good question. Yeah. So Helen, you need to propose. Girl, take that advice.
Well, that's not an advice.
No.
That's a super advice.
That's a super advice, right?
We are in the new world. Why the men have to come and propose?
Well, that's a kind of a philosophic question. You know, we don't have time for that, but I can go on and on about why and
But
why
it's
not.
more tricky.
Yeah, it is.
If the woman is asking the man, is proposing the man, then the man is like, wow, I have no choice. I have to do also something. So she got a double.
Oh, so Helen, that's a super advice. Okay, Gakovic Marko says, do you keep the successful rate data on your weddings, or how many people divorced after you organized the wedding? Do you have that type of data?
Well,
Story.
obviously it's called life. But all the people that we're producing events for, I will say 99% are my friends.
Okay.
They become friends with us. I mean, they become the Cocoon family. And so we are in touch with them when they have kids, obviously when they get divorced also. And even when they got divorced, actually one couple that we did last year just divorced, but both of them sent me a note, say, Fabrice, we divorced, that's life, but our wedding was one of the best moments ever for us.
So that's a feedback, yeah.
That's a good, I mean,
Okay.
it means I have 2 more clients.
Yeah. I got that. So I have this last question, and it's very interesting. Tim John Byford says, do you also plan out the first wedding night for clients?
Well, we don't plan, we just help.
How can you help with the first
I
wedding
call
night?
Mr. C or Mr. V.
Oh,
And
Mr.
then
C or
they do
Mr. V?
magic. But my advice to all the couples,
Yeah.
I mean, especially for the men,
Okay.
don't try to be the superhero on the first night. Just wake up fresh in the morning and do your job.
Okay, that was a good, so also super advice for
I don't know if
the
it's a
sinner.
super advice, but it's
Well-
my experience. I know it.
Okay. So thank you for this beautiful chat that we had. I wish you a good time tonight and during your whole stay in Montenegro. And I can't wait to see what you planned inside your head for the next event here in Montenegro.
Well, thank you for having me. It was great to share this moment with you. I hope I help some people to have an idea of my crazy world. And see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching this show. This was the Something Else Show special summer edition in Budabar, Porto Montenegro. Fabrice, thank you again, and
Cheers.
let's make a toast. Cheers.
I don't know what it is, but let's cheer.
Let's cheer.
It's a
Cheers,
wake-up
cheers,
call.
guys. Cheers.